Can't figure that thing out. Alright. You guys ready for your next comedian? You guys ready for this? Alright, guys. I'm gonna try to get this right. This guy gave me a specific intro. And as the MC, it is my job to get this right. I put a lot of pressure on myself, so I don't want to fuck this up. Because if I fuck it up for everybody. Not just for him and not just for me, but for you, Dave, and for you, good ladies, who are now both bent over the table with your elbows on it. And for you, Dustin. Even you. Your next comedian was made, marinated, and uraniumly enriched in Iran. Ladies and gentlemen, Max Magas.
Yes, I'm from Iran, and that's something the girls don't want to hear on the first date. Even if they are from Iran. They told me I'm too fat. They issued a fat law on me. I didn't know that. When I first came to Canada, I was a virgin, fresh off the boat, trying to make love to as many ladies as possible. All I knew was that in Canada, you gotta be polite to ladies, you gotta, before you make love, you gotta get the consent, otherwise it will be rape. I didn't know that this was bad. I used to point at things with this finger, because in Iran, the thumbs up is the middle finger. For the rest of the world, it's okay, but in Iran, it's the middle finger. I do it to my boss all the time, he thinks I like him. I tried the internet dating and I got a couple of numbers and I called. The first one was like, so, Mr. Max, where are you from? I said, I am from Iran. You Iran, hello? The next girl, I told her I'm Persian. It's more generalized, less explosive. Mixed reviews, things like, all you Persian guys are players. I said, well, 95% is not all. I'm 95%, so what's the problem? She didn't believe me. So I realized I had no choice but to lie about my ethnicity, choose a country that would give women pussy boners. And that country was España, Spain. I couldn't find the shirt, I found a Portuguese shirt. So I changed my name to Armando Alejandro Bonicio. It worked, I got laid. There was some mishaps on the way, like I met this Filipino girl, she was like, when you come to Patterson Wilson, just turn right. I said, well, I'm coming from the 401, I'll get off at Wilson, I'll become west to east, on Wilson towards Batters. Doesn't matter, when you get to Patterson Wilson, just turn right. I said, no, it's the intersection, there's 4 possible possibilities. You know what's the best thing, like fucking time, fuck you, putana. I met a Jamaican girl, 250 pounds of chocolates. I thought, my soup sounded good on paper. She went on top of me on the couch. I was like, and when I went on top of her, she was like, get off me, fat boy. And the problem was my dad. Every time I said dad, and I told these girls I'm Spanish, please pretend to be Spanish for 10 minutes. He was like, never. In 1976, when you were born, Iran had a lion on his flag. That lion lives inside you. He's like Mufasa. You know Mufasa? Go find Mufasa. In fact, you have to be humble. Go to the toilet bowl, look down into the water like Simba, and do not come out until you see the lion in that toilet bowl. Also, I did not flush to save water, so if you see my poop on your reflection, you might think you're a tiger. Actually, I had diarrhea, so you might think you're a leopard. Just flush. Sorry about that. Anyways, before all this, I actually lost my virginity to a cougar, which I met on the internet, who accepted me for who I was, surprisingly. Actually, she was older than a cougar. She was more like a saber-tooth. With no teeth. I found out the hard way, or should I say the soft way. Yeah, so before I met her, I was a virgin, so I wanted to get some inside information about pleasing ladies, and I had this roommate, he was a medical student from India. I said, so, what should I do? He said, Mr. Max, in Canada you have to be caring to a woman's needs. I said, yes, I know about the fucking consent. No, not just the consent, you should be able to go downtown to Chinatown. This is the diagram of the vagina in 3D. Your mission, double fucker, is to find a clitoris. What is this clitoris you speak of? Here's a very sensitive organ, there's 8,000 nerve fibers, looks like a half-eaten olive. Once you find it, rotate your tongue 12 times clockwise at 45 degrees angle. Apply 2 fingers into the hole touching the ceiling and tickle. And then 15 times counterclockwise until you feel the mist of Niagara in your mouth. When you feel the mist of Niagara in your mouth, you will never be alone again. I guess you have a lot of girlfriends yourself. No, I'm a virgin. I'm saving myself from my cousin. I thought it was illegal in Canada for cousins to get married. Have you ever heard of a place called Las Vegas, Mr. Mac? You can marry animals in there. Really? Anyways, so I brought the cougar home and she brought her dog to protect her, I guess. It was a bulldog named Stanley. And I said I had to get the consent, so I was like, okay, so can I fuck you? She was like, Max, a little bit polite. I said, okay, may I fuck you? Max, what's the matter? Do you want oral? I thought she wanted to give me oral presentation or dirty talk. I said, no, I want physical, you know, like these. She said, no, oral means I suck on you. Oh, that's cool. But if I suck on you, you gotta suck on me, you gotta 69. That's cool too. So I gave her the magic mic and she turned into Britney Spears with no teeth. And I went under the engine, yelling into the cave. Now, after 132 vagines later, I know that was the worst vagina I've ever seen in my life because there was meat hanging down. It was like a meat sandwich with extra cheese. How are you? Yeah, so, you know, I was just confused. I had the 3D diagram in my hand and just didn't match. She kind of got bored. She was like, hey, Prince of Persia, let's go. I thought she was giving me a compliment. I said, thank you very much. You're very kind. Now, back to the Spanish thing. One of the girls, but my dad was right about not pretending to be from Spain. Because I met this girl, she was like, Benicio, I speak Spanish when you make love. So I was like, hola, mi amor. Yo me pongo por aquí rápido, pero como si, mira, look, my titty is shaking for you. Did everybody see my titty shaking? Do you like? Then say hello to this guy's here. Then say hello to my little friend. See. Then I remember my mother's name is Ossie. Oh look! It just died, so I had to encourage it. And that's when the lion came out. So it was like, Simba, remember who you are. I can't see you, but I know you're hiding in the bushes. And he looked up to me and was like, look here, Fatso. Stop thinking about your mother, I can't work over here. Like, come on, baby. Come on, baby. A good boy. And he was like, yo, Mustafa, I ain't your fucking pet, the fuck's wrong with you? He thinks he's black, kids these days. I got him a gold tooth for Christmas. Some of you will get that tomorrow. Anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna wrap it up, the light is flashing. I had a Chinese girlfriend because I had this tattoo. This tattoo is the best $100 I ever spent. Got girlfriends left and right. The problem is most of the Chinese girlfriends that they had bigger, smaller titties than me, and it was just a matter of time before they figured it out and they started pointing at me. You have bigger one than me. I like to make myself feel better by shaking them, but they actually excite them more and they want to play with it more. And it was horrible. Anyways, the point was I had this girlfriend and she was dipping my dick into everything, tea, coffee, everything. And, ice cream left at the end of the bucket, and she dips it in, we get these round circles at the end of the bucket. We put it in the freezer for the next day, we came back, my dad ate it all. Last Christmas I was drunk, I told my dad, that ice cream that you ate in 2007, they were not the school markings. They were my Barracuda's markings. And I'll do one last one about my dad. He has Alzheimer's, so he was looking for his cell phone. He said, Max, I'm looking for my cell phone. Call my cell phone with your cell phone so I can find my cell phone. So I called from across the room and he forgot the cell phone was in his shirt pocket. He says, hello, who's this? I was like, Dad, Max, hold on, I'm on the phone. Dad, Max, when somebody's on the phone, you have to be quiet. You are not 5 years old anymore. I'm going to the other room. So I decided to fuck with him. I just had no choice. So I said, Mr. Hemmati, call you from China. Give me a good package for your cell phone. And he was like, Sir, I'm still looking for my phone. Once I find it, we'll talk about it. Oh, you're looking for a phone? Can I get politics about India. Hello, Mr. Hemmati, where are you just looking for your phone? Just a moment ago, you said, oh,